the men's 1500 metres. And it's another round of Timothy against Jakob. Timothy Cheriyout, of course, the reigning world champion, and Jakob Inbrigsten, who is rather liked in these parts. Had a battle royale in Monaco just 8 days ago. There he is, Cheriyout. They've met on 10 occasions, and Cheriyout has won every time. So can Jakob Inbrigsten finally break his duck at the 11th attempt? And for Cheriyout, the challenge is maybe to try and run back-to-back sub 3:30 1500 metres. There is Philip Ingebrigtsen, the older brother, the middle brother of the Ingebrigtsen trio. And there is Jakob, still only 19 years old. Broke Mo Farah's European record in Monaco last weekend, 3:28.68. It was a real battle down the home straight between him and Cheriyout. What sort of race are we going to see this afternoon? Other names to look out for: Yomif Kejelcha, world indoor 3,000 metres champion. Stuart McSwain from Australia. Craig Engels is also in there. Neil Gourlay, the British champion. So plenty of quality. But we feel that it will be Timothy Cheriyout against Jakob Ingebrigtsen. Men's 1500 metres. Well, the pacing, it's fair to say, being kind, was erratic in Monaco last weekend. We've got the same pacemaker involved. There he is, Sign, just coming over. But the first lap last weekend, they went through in a ridiculous pace, 52.5 seconds, and then slowed right up in the second lap to go through 800 in 1:51. They need something more evenly paced, and it depends really to a certain extent on how interested Cheriyout is in going sub 3:30 again. The incentive, of course, for Jakob Ingebrigtsen is to try and beat Cheriyout for the first time, and that instinctive, distinctive, forward-leaning style of Cheriyout, tucking in behind the pacemakers. And you have to say, on the first 300 metres, Tony, or 400 metres approaching, it's a much more sensible pace, and they've gone through in 54 seconds, which is exactly what was required.
Yeah, that's a pacemaker earning his money there. And people have gone with him. So often we see pacemakers go off and they set the time that they're supposed to, but the field doesn't go with them. So good to see that.
So Cheriyout leading at one point in Monaco. You remember last weekend, if you were watching with us, he had a 20-metre lead. Not so pronounced here this afternoon. Jakob Ingebrigtsen, as he did in Monaco, running a much more measured race, and maybe Cheriyout just reining in it a little bit. So Cheriyout just tucking in behind the two pacemakers. Jakob Ingebrigtsen there in second place, with Philip just behind him, Gomez then behind him. Ingebrigtsen on the shoulder, 1:50.90 at 800 metres. The pacemaking is absolutely perfect here in Stockholm.
Where will this pacemaker step out? He's looking over his shoulder.
Cheriyout then still stalking the pacemaker. Jakob Ingebrigtsen there, perfectly placed. Ingebrigtsen Senior is also in that group. Just Jakob Ingebrigtsen having a little look around. There is McSwain, who's coming up onto the shoulder of Jakob Ingebrigtsen. So Cheriyout 1, Ingebrigtsen the younger 2. McSwain there is also, and Philip Ingebrigtsen just going back into 4th place as they hit the bell. 400 to go in the 1500 metres. Cheriyout leading the way as he did before. He found an extra gear. Jakob Ingebrigtsen looking very calm and content there. McSwain taking it on and slightly boxing in Ingebrigtsen on the inside, maintaining his line. Cheriyout then with 2:50 to go has a little look up at the screen. McSwain looking very comfortable indeed. So does Jakob Ingebrigtsen. These three moving away from Gomez. What has Cheriyout got left? Will it be 11th time lucky for Jakob Ingebrigtsen as they enter the home straight? McSwain perhaps is spent. Cheriyout then finds another gear. He's been really putting in some terrific work in training. Jakob Ingebrigtsen once again trying to get back onto the coattails of Cheriyout, but once again it's Cheriyout who has the final answer. He finds another gear, he It isn't another 3:30 performance or just under as in Monaco, but it's a respectable 3:30.25. It's an 11th victory over Jakob Ingebrigtsen for Timothy Cheriyout. Another second place for Ingebrigtsen. A much more controlled race, less erratic than in Monaco, but the result in terms of the top two is the same, and the world champion makes it 2 wins from 2 inside a week, and Jakob Ingebrigtsen has to settle once again for second place.